Hi, hello. I'm Dr. K. Pungodi, Assistant Professor in Department of Commerce. Now we are going to discuss about the topic classifications of contract. Before slide or before PowerPoint, we have discussed about that. What is a contract? What is the law? What is an essentials of valid contract over here? So now we are going to discuss about that. What are the classifications of contract we are having over here? Before that, the classifications of contract may be according to their validity, according to the formation, according to their performance and execution and other contracts we are having over here. So before that, contract means any law enforceable by law, any action or an agreement which is enforceable by law is known as a contract. So here we are classifying our contract into different bases. That is, here we are having 5 different. First one is according to validity. In this validity, how the formation of a contract has been working out, we are going to see it. So validity, here we are having a valid contract. Valid contract means an agreement which is enforceable by law. It is said to be a valid contract that which can be controlled or which can be represented by a law, that is known as valid contract. Next thing is void contract. In this void contract, a contract which is reasonably to be enforceable by law, that is known as void contract, which is not accepted by law, that is known as void contract. For example, if you have a friend becoming an enemy because of an unsubsequent event, that is known as void contract over here. Next, the valid contract means A offered to sell his horse or house to B for rupees 5,000, but B agrees to buy it for that price, that is known as valid contract. Void contract means a friend becoming enemy is an example for the void contract. The next one is that voidable contract. In this voidable contract, it describes an agreement which is enforceable by law at the options of other or others, that is known as enforceable. So here it has an example. A promised to B to sell his land for rupees 1 lakh. A consent to obtain by force, using force. This contract is known as an option of A. So here one is compelling another to do that work, that is known as a voidable contract over here. The next thing is we are having an illegal agreement. Automatically we can know that illegal agreement is which is cannot be enforceable by law, that is known as illegal agreement. Example, we can say that against law, if you are doing anything against law, that is known as illegal contract. The next thing is unenforceable contract. In this unenforceable contract, which cannot be enforced due to a technical effects. Here we are having any technical effects over here, that is known as unenforceable contract. For example, if we are sticking if we want to ready the document in a 20 rupees paper, for that if we are making in a 100 rupees paper, means that will become a technical error over here. So like that error is known as unenforceable contract over here. The next thing is based on their formation. Here we are having an expressed, implied and quasi-contract over here. Expressed means it must be in a expressed form. It may be and the term of state clearly written or an oral statement, that is known as expressed contract. Here the implied contract means it formed to conduct for an action, so that is an implied contract. The next one is quasi-contract. In this quasi-contract, it is created by a law to prevent an unjust enrichment, so that is known as quasi-contract. The next thing is based on a performance. Here we are having two different things. One is bilateral, other thing one is an unilateral. Bilateral means both the parties, if we are agreeing to do the performance, that is known as bilateral. Unilateral means only one party performs their activity, so that is known as unilateral. The next thing is that we can say that according to an execution. Here the execution we are having two different. One is executory contract, other one is executed contract. So executed contract means the contract which which is fully performed, that is known as executed contract. And executory contract means contract yet to be performed. It is not fully performed, it is going to be complete. So that is known as executory contract. The next other thing of a contract is we are having a bilateral contract and unilateral contract over here. So now we have discussed the classifications of contract. I hope that you all clear about the classifications of contract. Once again I am summarizing here. We are having a validity, formation and performance. According to validity we are having different types and classifications. According to the formation also we are having different. From the word itself, according to the performance, we are having the different forms of a contract over here. I hope you all understand about the what is contract and what is the classifications of contract. Thank you.